friends, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be telling you about the books that I read in the month of August. Okay, so I read 5 books in the month of August, but I'm only going to tell you about 2 of them because 3 of them I read for a video, and that is an upcoming video, and I don't want to spoil it for you. So you're only going to hear about 2 books instead of all 5. But then you can look forward to a book-themed video coming soon. Exciting, right? Okay, so the first book that I read was Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. And I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. So basically, the setup of it is that we're following Ariadne, who is the daughter of King Minos, and she's the sister of the Minotaur. So if you don't know, the myth of the Minotaur is that it's half a bull, half man, because basically Minos was given this bull that was this perfect bull, and he was going to sacrifice it to Poseidon. And then he was like, he won't know if I just give him a different bowl and keep this bowl for myself because it's so beautiful. And so he sacrificed a less good bowl to Poseidon. And of course, because he's a god, he knew that that was not the best one. And so as a punishment, he made Minos's wife Pasiphae, I think that's how you say her name, have this intense lust for the bull, basically. So she does it with the bull and gets pregnant with this bull's baby, and then births a half man, half bull that becomes the Minotaur. And she's the daughter of Helios, who is Titan. So she's immortal because she has she's the daughter of a Titan, so she can birth a half bull baby without dying. Anyway, so that's kind of what the myth is. And then Daedalus, who's the most famous inventor of all of Greece, builds this super intense labyrinth below their palace for this Minotaur to live in. Minos hates Athens. He's the king of Crete, and to take revenge on his son dying in Athens, he requires them to sacrifice their children, I think 12 of their children each year, to the Minotaur. And the Prince of Athens, Theseus, volunteers and says that he's going to kill the Minotaur. So this is what the story is about. Now that you have the background of the Greek myth, Ariadne falls in love with Theseus basically immediately, and so she helps him defeat the Minotaur, basically, through the help of Daedalus as well. And then she's going to go with him and escape to Athens, and on the way to Athens they stop on an island and he deserts her there. But then, we come to find out that this is the island of Dionysus, who is the god of wine, and then it just kind of explores their relationship. So yeah, that's what the story is about. It's about Ariadne and her journey with helping Theseus and then being betrayed by him, and then living with Dionysus and stuff. So yeah, this book is really sad. It's very heartbreaking, which most Greek myths are, but what I really liked about it is that there's a lot of discussion about motherhood, and it kind of has contrast between Pasiphae, who's Ariadne's mom, how she feels about motherhood before and after birthing the Minotaur. And then Ariadne, when she becomes a mother, how she feels about it. And her sister, who I cannot remember her name right now, how she feels about being a mother. Let me see if I can quickly figure out what her sister's name is. Her sister's name is Phaedra. So it also explores her experience with becoming a mother and how she feels about it. And all of them have very different experiences. So I just thought that that was really interesting, specifically talking about like motherhood and giving birth and how their relationships with their husbands, or the thing that got them pregnant, changes their experience in giving birth. And I thought that that was very interesting. As someone who is currently 8 months pregnant, it was an interesting thing to read about. So yeah, I really thought that that was interesting. And then it also just kind of explores the topic of heroics. If if being a hero is really a good thing or not. So I really enjoyed that, and yeah, basically I really enjoyed this book. I thought that it was really well done, and honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll change my rating to 5 out of 5 stars because I really liked it. And I would recommend it. Like, I really enjoyed reading it. I'm trying to think of, like, if there was something that made me knock down a star, but I can't even think of something. Maybe because I can't think of it, like, I can't remember it. Maybe that's why. That's not, like, the most memorable out of everything that I've ever read. But I don't know, I still think that it was a good read. So yeah, maybe it is a 5-star. Who knows? I don't know. Okay. So the next book I read was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. And I really wanted to read this book because it's so divisive. Like, I've heard so many people either absolutely loved it or absolutely hated it. And so I really wanted to read it because I was like, that sounds really interesting if people either loved it or hated it. Basically, it's about this woman who lives on this lake and she spies on her neighbors who live across the lake, house across the lake. And she witnesses some shady happenings. She thinks that perhaps a murder has taken place, and she decides to investigate it and insert herself into the situation. And it's a wild book. Trying to think about how to say, I don't want to spoil anything. There is a very large plot twist in this book that I was not expecting at all. Like, at all. It completely blindsided me. Which I think is how a lot of people felt, and I think people either really enjoyed feeling completely blindsided and agreed with the plot twist, or they did not enjoy it and they did not agree with that choice of having that plot twist be in there. I thought that it was interesting. I was really expecting one thing and got something completely different. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars because I did enjoy it. I thought that the plot twist choice was weird. I'm not gonna lie, and if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry if you haven't, because that's like so vague, and you're like, okay, give us more, but I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't tell you what it is, but man, it's wild. It is wild. But I did enjoy it, because I really like reading thrillers, but I've mentioned this before, I'm a scaredy cat, so I don't like things that are too gory or too scary. Wow, sirens in the background. Perfect timing. Hope everyone's okay. Anyway, I don't like things that are too scary, and so I kind of get a little bit nervous when I read thrillers because I don't know if it's going to be too much or not. But this one was not too much. It wasn't too gory or anything like that. So I did like that. And I probably will read more books by Riley Sager because I liked the way that it was written, and I thought that it was an interesting concept, for sure. And it was not too graphic for me. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Did I say that already? I think so. So those were the books I read. I read 3 other books, but again, don't want to spoil it for you. So, yeah, it was a pretty good reading month. I enjoyed reading this month, and I really am in a reading mood. So hopefully there's even more books to read in September. We will see when my baby is born, because that will determine how many books I read in September. But yeah, I really enjoyed these books, and I would like to read more like both of them, because I really enjoy Greek retelling, and I really enjoyed that kind of thriller mystery, so they're both right up my alley. So if you have any recommendations of titles that are similar, let me know and I will read them. And let me know what books you read in August. What was your favorite book that you read in the month of August? I would like to know. And yeah, I think that's it. So please like if you liked this video, and subscribe for more videos like this. Bye!